Um, hopefully that's pretty close. So when you have a fraction underneath a radical, the radical is on the top. And I'm going to separate this k to the 16 into k to the 4 4 times. On the bottom, you have 4 through 16, and then the 4 through z to the 4th power. So, the numerator, since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, k to the 4th, so it's just k to the 4th. The denominator, 4 through the 16 is 2, and the 4 through z, the 4th is z. There's one more thing. It's definitely not going to show up on the final, but if the power goes from even to odd, you should use it as the values. Oh, this last one, or number 6 isn't too bad because they're like radicals. 12 plus 9 is 21. So it's 21 times the third root of 9. Not 9. Why? All right. So I think we're in the next section. 5.3. And too long ago. The square root of x minus 5. Remember when you subtract 5 outside of the radical, that moves it down 5. And the square root of x, typically, in the graph, it just looks like that. And if we move it down, it will look like that. So, it should be this one. And this endpoint is the point 0, -5. If you're looking for the domain and the range, the domain should use this 0. And since it goes to the right, its x is greater than 0. And the range should use this -5. So y, since it goes up, is greater than or equal to -5. So it's this one. Remember to use that endpoint when you decide. 1/5. This has a.
Mr. Clear, please call by G at 2051, 2051.
This -3 inside actually shifts it to the right 3. And this 1/5 is a vertical shrink. So it'll shrink it down and make it look more narrow. And it'll move it to the right 3, not left. So this is the answer. Again, with this endpoint at 3, 0, the domain uses the 3, and the range uses the 0. So the domain is greater than or equal to 3 because it goes to the right, and the range is greater than or equal to 0 because it's going up. We're so slowly, but it does. Yeah, that's good. And hopefully you know that you can graph these and just look at the graph and that'll help you out. This +1 inside shifts it to the left 1, and this +8 outside shifts it out 8. Okay, so which one is left 1, up 8? And the regular square of x, remember, looks like that. Oops, which is a different color. And if it goes left 1, up 8, should be like that. That's the right one, up 8. That's left 1, up 8. So it's this one. left one, up. So this -1 shifts it down 1. This negative sign finds as a vertical flip across the x-axis. A reflection on the x-axis, followed by a translation down on the x-axis, that last one. And again, you can just graph it. This one's harder, right? This is the middle of the original, and here is the middle of the reflection. That's down 1. Here's the original. That's the reflection. That's to the left one. It's not that one. Here's the original. Here's the reflection. That's up 1. It's not that one. Here's the original. Here's the reflection. That's to the right one. It's not that one. This is the only one that goes down. And you can see it's flipped because the right side goes down and the left side goes up. So this has a vertical flip also. So this is definitely. And again, graph it on your calculator. Just look at it. Now this problem, we can solve for y and graph it on our calculator. So 3y squared equals x. Right, divide by 3. Y squared is x divided by 3. And then take the square root to solve for y. And y equals plus or minus the square root of x over 3. Plus minus. So we can graph this and see what it looks like. Hopefully we can answer some questions. When you have plus or minus, then you have to graph 2 things. You have to graph the square root of x divided by 3. And then also the negative square root of x divided by 3. Let's graph it and see what we get. So it looks like a sideways parabola. Opens to the right. So the vertex of the parabola is 0, 0. And opens to the right. 0, 0 is the vertex. And x squared plus y squared is equal to 4. If you don't know that that's a circle, it doesn't matter. You can still solve for y. Right, subtract x squared from both sides. Then take the square root with a plus or minus. And then you can graph that by plugging it into your calculator. 4 minus x squared. And negative 4 minus x squared. And when you graph it, it's not going to look like a circle. If you count how far up, down, right, and left it goes 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 2 up, 2 down. So 2 to the right, 2 to the left, 2 up, and 2 down. So your circle is up. Your circle should both of those points. Okay, and the circles, the radius of the circle is 2. The x-intercepts are -2 and +2. Y-intercepts are -2 and +2. That's it. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I'm going to stop right here at the start of 5-4.